This video is going to show you exactly how to do a taper step by step on the side with the blending up method, and then on the back using the blending down method. For this haircut, we're going to be using the brand new Wahl Vapor LE, and without any further ado, let's get right into it.
Our first guideline is going to be with the number 3 guard with the lever all the way open, and we're going to target the ridge area around here. Now I'm going to show you guys what it looks like when you don't flick out properly, which means you're going to go up and you're going to start taking your clipper out, go up, taking it out, go up and taking it out, and then you're going to create a hard line right there. As you can see, that's a hard line. Now obviously you don't want to do that. Once you go up, you want to slowly take your clipper out of your client's head, so that way as you get higher, that line starts to blend out. So as you can see, I'm slowly taking my clipper out of his head. Once I get to that area, you'll start to see that line smoothly blend out. So we're going to repeat the same process over here. We're going to take our clipper out of his head once we get to our target area, and as you can see, it's a lot smoother over here than it is here. We don't want to neglect this dark spot right there. His occipital bone is right here. Usually haircuts look better when you leave this 3 line down to that occipital bone. So as you can see, it's kind of going straight and now it's dipping down towards that occipital bone. His bone is right here, so I'm gonna dip it down right at that bone. So his bone's over here, so as soon as I get to that bone, I'm gonna slowly start to take my clipper off his head, and the 3 guard should blend straight into the top of his hair. We can go a little bit faster. Once you get that motion, you can add a little bit of speed to it. And as you can see, the line doesn't have to be perfect. You can still see some bulk here. It's completely fine. Don't worry about it getting it perfect. I'm just gonna flick out a little bit more towards this line. And the idea is you want to avoid hard lines, because the more hard lines you make, the harder it is for you to cut hair. As you can see, this looks like a little hard line right here. And even though I know what I'm doing, it's gonna be a little tougher for me to blend this area than this area. I hope you guys see the difference. Cool, and now we have what's called our ceiling. Our ceiling is the highest that we're gonna go. That is the highest that the side is gonna be. Now, since we have our ceiling, which is here, we're gonna create our floor. Our floor is usually gonna be from the end of the eyebrow to the top of the ear. So I'm gonna make a straight line from the end to the top. And some people even add a curve, a slight little curve, and that's completely fine. We're gonna add a slight little curve to ours. So now we have our floor and we have our ceiling. We're not gonna go any higher than this, and we're not gonna go any lower than this. So this area, you wanna give yourself at least 2 fingers width of blending so it can blend out smooth. And this is gonna be considered our medium area, our gray area. This is our white area, our gray area, and our dark area. We're not gonna touch any of this. Now we are gonna simplify getting rid of that 0 line. With your clipper all the way open, you're gonna give it a little curve just like how you did with the 0. And you're gonna wanna flick out. I already explained to you the importance of flicking out. You don't wanna make a hard line. So make sure you're a little careful with this step. And you wanna give it a nice little smooth flicking out motion. You also want to give yourself enough room to blend. A mistake that I see a lot of beginners do is they're too scared to go up with this step that they give themselves a tiny little thin line, and that's not enough room to blend. You want to give yourself at least 1 pinky's width, at least, and it's okay if you go a little bit higher than that. Okay, so now we have our 0. Now we have our half, which is with the lever all the way open. Now we're going to close our lever halfway and go in between both of these lines. And we're flicking out still. We're gonna give it 1 pass. Now we're gonna go again just to make sure all the hairs are even. And now we're gonna close the lever all the way down, and this should blend straight into our 0 line. We're gonna give it a nice little flicking out motion. Every single part of the process, of the fading process, is going to be with a flicking out motion, because a flicking out motion promotes soft lines, and soft lines equals smoother fades. Now to cap off the bottom, we're just gonna shave it, and guess what? We're still gonna flick out. I'm still flicking out. As I get close to that 0 line, I'm only gonna use 1 foil. And once I get lower, I'm gonna use both foils to make sure that it's really bald. Our very next guard is going to be the 1 guard. We did our 0, we did our half. Now we're gonna go up by half increments. So 0.5 plus 0.5 equals 1. We're gonna keep the lever open and we're gonna go about another pinky's width. Remember to go smooth. When you're barely starting, you wanna go smooth with it. You don't wanna go fast. There's no rush here. All right, we gave it a couple pass arounds just to make sure that it's smooth. And as you can see, we have our 0 line completely gone. Now the only 2 lines that we want to worry about is the 0.5 line and the 1 line. Remember, the goal is to not go anywhere close to that line. Now that we're almost done, I'm gonna close the lever all the way down and actually open it up a tiny bit, just a tiny bit. All we really wanna do is get rid of the 0.5 line right here. So we're gonna go smooth. I'm gonna stretch the skin as I need it. And I'm going very light pressure on his head. I'm barely gliding the clipper on his head. And we're not gonna take too much time here because the more we go through our steps in an efficient manner, the more time we have to come back and detail at the end. So we're not trying to create the smoothest blend in the world right now. We just want to get our steps done. Cool, now I'm gonna close the lever all the way down. And I'm just gonna give it one more pass with the corners. That's it. Now with the 1.5 guard, we're gonna try to get rid of this line. Our 3 guard is right here. If we flick out our 1.5 guard in a smooth motion, it should blend. We should blend this line out to this. So our goal is to go somewhere over here, which is lower than this line, okay? So like I said, we did our 0, we did our 0.5, then we did our 1. Now we're doing our 1.5. And our goal is not to get rid of this line right here. It's just to go underneath this line, which was the very first line we made. It's to go underneath our ceiling.
If you guys were thinking about getting your own Wahl Vapors, I'll make sure to leave a link in the bio with a discount code.
Remember, you want to scoop the clipper all the way up. As you get higher, you want to get it off his head or off your client's head. And that's going to create a smooth blend. And this is with the lever open, by the way. We're going to get our 1 guard again, and all we're gonna do is smoothen this line out, which you can barely see, but we're just gonna smoothen it out with the 1 guard lever open. Remember, if you ever get stuck in a step, whatever you made your line with, that's exactly what you're gonna use to take it off. So we made this line with our 1 guard lever open. So we are going to take it out with our 1 guard lever open. I hope that makes sense. And I'm being a little quiet here because I just want to hear the hair being cut. If the hair's being cut, I know it's working. And the C-cups, we want to keep it dark. I don't want to push these C-cups back. I want to keep them as natural as possible. Sometimes when you push the C-cups too back, yes, they look good, but they grow out ugly. And I don't want my client's C-cups to grow out ugly, so I'd rather keep them natural. We're gonna go back here. Now, to finish this haircut, we still have to get rid of this line that we made at the very beginning. And how are we gonna do that? We're gonna use thinning shears. Now, a lot of people think that thinning shears damages the hair. Thinning shears does not damage the hair, okay? Thinning shears, what they do is they give you room for error. So let me explain to you briefly how these thinning shears work. So if I go up here and I snip 1 time, it's not gonna do much, okay? Look, we're still gonna have a line right there. It's not gonna do much. Now, if I do the same thing with regular shears, these are not thinning shears, these are regular shears. If I do the same thing, I'm gonna mess the haircut up, okay? So thinning shears, all they do is they give you room for error. That's why it has this. So if I go here and I snip it a lot of times, it's gonna count, me snipping it like 5 or 10 times is gonna count as 1 snip with regular shears. I hope that makes sense to you guys. That's why I like using thinning shears, because it gives you more room for error. So all we're looking for right here is I want to blend this line out and this line out. So with this line specifically, I'm just gonna go and snip at it little by little until I feel like it's getting softer and softer. Okay, and now with this line, I'm just gonna go right at that line right here and just start snipping right at it. For this one, I need a little bit more snipping, so I'm just gonna go right at it with my taper comb so I can grab the little hairs. Now for the final touches with our shears, all I want to do is get any dark spots, any small dark spots. And what I'm doing is I want to make sure that, for example, this looks a little light here, so I want to match the area around it to that same lightness color. So if I see this area is light and this area is dark, I want to lighten this area up and this area up. There's really not that much detailing to do on this specific taper because we did a pretty good job. But usually sometimes like it'll take longer to detail than it does to actually do the steps. That's why it's important to do your steps in a quickly manner so you can come back and have more time to detail. But this taper doesn't really need much detailing. Just gonna go over some small spots. This is our floor, this is our ceiling, and everything in the middle is what creates the blend. So as long as you know where you're starting and when you're ending, you know exactly how much room you have to blend, and you're gonna get smoother blends. Let's do the back of the hair. For this area, I'm gonna show you guys a different method of blending, which is gonna be blending down. I'm gonna explain to you guys why it's faster and better, but it is a little harder because you don't have too many guidelines to work with, okay? So we're gonna start the same way with the lever all the way close. Create our first initial guideline, and don't be scared. As long as you stay underneath the earlobes, you're gonna be fine. The second step is gonna be with your lever all the way open. You're gonna go about a pinky's worth. Make sure you give yourself enough room to blend. Make sure to keep flicking out. Now we're gonna go halfway, and as you can see, it's pretty much almost blended with just flicking out properly. That's also because the blade on this clipper is really sharp and really strong, so it doesn't really require too many pass arounds. And for anyone wondering, this is the F32 Blade. It comes with every single Wahl Vapors, and also this Wahl Vapor, every single one is unique with its own design, and it has a soft touch to it. So like I said, we're gonna go halfway with our lever. This is all the way open, this is all the way closed. We're gonna go halfway and go in between both of these lines. Now I know it's very hard to see that zero line. Guess what? We flicked out properly, so it blended out pretty easily. Now we're gonna go all the way close and touch that zero line again. With our 3 guard, we're gonna go up to the occipital bone and start to flick out as we get to the occipital bone. So we're not worried about this line right here. That's gonna be our ceiling. We are not gonna go any higher than this. Now with our 1.5 guard, we're gonna go right underneath that line. His hair in this area is going sideways, so we wanna make sure we go against the grain. If we go upward, it won't cut evenly, so we wanna go against the grain. Down a little bit. Now we're going to skip. So we did our 3 guard, we just did our 1.5 guard. We're going to skip the 1 guard and go straight into our 0.5 guard, and we're gonna go very light on his head, and we're gonna go about this area over here. So we did our 3 guard, our 1.5 guard. With the 0.5 guard, we're gonna go no higher than this, and it's gonna be very light, like almost if I'm barely gliding over his head. hair is going to be a little tougher because his hair is growing in a different direction. So you're going to see me going in all types of directions over here. And still keep very, very light pressure. I'm going even lighter over here. And I've been using this clipper ever since I got it straight out the box. And it's been blinking and it still has a crazy amount of battery life. Put down a little bit. I believe the battery runtime on this is 3 hours on a 60-minute charge, and I haven't charged it for maybe like 5-10 minutes. And it's been running smoothly ever since. And it will run at 100% power until it's completely off. So it'll just turn off on you when it's done. It won't get any weaker as the battery life comes down, which I really, really like. So we're gonna go all the way close now with our lever. And we're gonna open it little by little. And we're going very, very slight, very smooth. Now with this method, I'm sure you can tell that we didn't have to keep taking off guards and putting them back on, which is, I know it can be a little confusing. It's pretty straightforward. We start from the top with a 3, we go down to 1.5, then we go down to 0.5, and that should do all the blending for you. Now, the reason why I like this method a lot more is because it gives you more time to blend. So as you can see, our blending is done. Now, is it the smoothest blend in the world? Probably not, and that's fine. Because now, because we did it so quick, we can go back and detail with our thinning shears, with our regular shears, with anything that you like detailing with, whether it's clipper over comb, taper, comb over thin shears, or if you like detailing with your clippers, whatever it is that you want to do, you have as much time as you want to detail. I like personally detailing with these, and like I said, I'm just looking for dark spots. So as an example, I can see that right here it's a little lighter. Right here at the tip of my comb, it's a little bit lighter. So all I want to do is maybe lighten up this area around that spot, maybe lighten up a little bit over here, maybe a little bit over there, and that's it. That's all I'm looking for. I see right here maybe a little lighten it up right here because, like I said, his hairs grow sideways. But besides that, the blending is smooth. It took us maybe like 2 or 3 minutes to do the blend, and we have so much time to detail. Now we're just gonna give it a nice quick line right here. We want to keep it as natural as possible.